I'll tell a quick story just as far as, I got to. But anyway, there was one time, I don't even know if I told the story on here. I don't know. I'd be talking. But anyway,
he said he blacks out.
I be black. Every podcast I black out. And I don't even know what I say. I don't even know who I am right now. But anyway.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
Wake up!
But anyway, I was at my friend's house. And love them. Shout out to them. They'll know who I'm referring to. I ain't got a name drop. But we were in high school. And those two had guns. They had guns as a youngsters.
Are you snitching?
No. This was high school times. I believe.
Hey, what was the serial number?
No. Fruity Pebbles and Cheerios. But anyway, okay. But anyway, they both had guns, and they would just be on the table. We'd just be playing with them like it was not a lethal weapon. And I would always play with it and like cock it and shoot it without a clip in it. Just hear that click, click, click. Like I'm doing something. Mm-hmm. And one time, I grabbed his gun. It was a .380. And I asked him the wrong thing. I said, "Is it loaded?" He said, "No." In my mind, I meant to ask, "Is there bullets in it? Is there something in here?" But I asked, "Is it loaded?" He said, "No." Okay, boom. So, not knowing there was a clip in there with bullets, ready for war. So I'm just having the gun, and he's watching me, and I cock it. So now we're loaded. And I'm just waving it around. Literally, I pointed at him. I pointed around. But in my head, there was nothing in it. You know what I'm saying? Mm. I asked the wrong question. And then we're just sitting there still, and I just have it, and I'm just holding it right here, like on my hip, like knee level, and I just pull the trigger. Like I normally do when it's empty. And then bang! It went straight, and I dropped it. I jumped. It was so loud. It was a ringing. I'll never forget that day. Wow. And literally, that was right after I pointed it at him. If I would have pointed at him like I've done 10 times and pulled the trigger while it's empty and it's just click, click, you know what I'm saying? Like we did that playing around. And he would have been dead or seriously hurt. And I probably would be in jail still or somewhere off parole. I don't even know what would have happened. And I would have had to carry that for my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it was, and just that alone, that's like grace. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if that would have happened. How close of a call that was. Mm-hmm. Looking back, when I talked to him, we still talk about it. I'm like, do you remember that? He's like, yeah, man. Like, we talk about it. Like, I was telling him, like, I seriously didn't know. Like, seriously. He was like, I know you didn't. You know, so just that alone is just like the grace, the love, the mercy, the close calls, like, in my life. It's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we all have stories, maybe not exactly like that, but them close call stories, I'm sure you have some too. It's like, God loves you. It's like he's chasing you down, like, hey, no, look this way. Like, them little close things, like, he wants you. He loves you. He doesn't want you to perish. He doesn't want you to die. He doesn't want you to go to jail. He doesn't want these things for you. Right. That's the enemy. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Mm-hmm. God comes to give you life and life more abundant. You know what I'm saying? He wants that. He wants to give you life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just so thankful that when I was his foe, his love still fought for me.
Right, right.
Because I wasn't fighting for it. When I felt no worth, paid it all for me. That's love, man. And it's reckless. It's unconditional. We can't earn it. It's right there. It's right there on a platter for you. You just got to get it. You just got to accept it. You got to ask for it. You know, he's a gentleman. He doesn't force us to love him. Otherwise, it wouldn't be love. Kind of like we talked about earlier. I can't force my wife to do everything. Can't force my wife to stay. Can't force my wife to do anything. It's like, that's not love, you know? And he's the same way.
Right.
You know? Reckless love.
It's bigger than